Hi Garde, Fatrask Greg Unlocked. In this episode we're going to be looking at an abiter or the Irish alphabet, and I bet you don't know what's coming up. Okay, let's get started. So on abiter. In this video you're going to learn the Irish alphabet, so what letters are involved, some superpower letters that we have in Irish that we don't have in English, and then the categories to do with the vowels. So those are the three things we're going to look at today. Now, you might recognise the English alphabet here. We've got 26 letters gone from A to Z, 5 vowels, and the rest are consonants. The Irish alphabet, however, is a little bit different. We don't have 26, we have 18 letters, okay? So we have 5 vowels, and as you know, if you study Irish already, we have accents on our vowels called faddas. They're not classed as separate letters, they're still the same letter, just with an accent on it. This is what it looks like when you put them all together. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, and U. The other letters don't exist, and if you do see them in word, it's usually because it's come into the Irish language at a later point. It's not an originally Irish word. So, what are the superpowers then? The superpowers in Irish, we have 3 of them. I'm sure you've heard the word Séimhiú before. That is a H or a T. Okay, so the word Séimhiú actually translates to the word soften. So when a Séimhiú is on a word, it softens the first letter, so it goes after the first letter. So you'll see here that my H and my B, I've my word bow, which means cow. When I have the word for cows, it's kera woe. So instead of sounding like buh, it's changed into a wuh sound. It can also sound like a vuh sound if you're from Kerry. Okay, there are many different reasons that a word will take a superpower Séimhiú, which I will look at in another video. One reason is after the numbers 1 to 6. So if I had 2 cows, it would be ga vo with a Séimhiú. Listen to my pronunciation and say it after me out loud. Cara wo. So cara wo. CH cara chupon. Kind of like there's phlegm in your throat. Cara chupon. DH in this instance, cara yuck. 4 drinks. Cara yuck. FH is always silent. You can write that down as a lovely rule to know. FH is always silent. So 4 farms is Kera Erm. So it's like that FH isn't even there. Kera Erm. GH Kera Runa. Again, that kind of phlegmy sound. Kera Runa. 4 dresses. MH Kera Walla. Again, like a W sound like that. BH, Kera Walla, 4 bags. Kera Walla. PH, Kera Pizza. Exactly the same as in English, actually. PH makes a F sound like the word phone. Makes the F sound in Irish as well. So Kera Pizza, 4 pizzas. SH, this is where a lot of people jump or get mixed up in Irish. SH in English sounds like shh. But remember, a Séimhiú actually makes the word soft. So it's not going to make a harsh sh sound. It's going to make a lovely soft huh sound. So like it just goes straight to a H. Kera Hul is 4 eyes. TH is kind of the exact same. We've got Kera Habla, 4 tables. Kera Habla. You'll see here that there's a TS. Now, why is there a T? Is T even a Séimhiú? T is actually a Séimhiú. So when a word beginning with S takes a superpower Séimhiú and it's being followed by a word ending in N, so for example on, like I have here, or done, it still takes a Séimhiú, but saying on hul is really hard for the Irish tongue, so it softens the S with a T instead. So it would be on tool. That's the only reason that a T will be given as a Séimhiú. The only letters that don't take a Séimhiú are L, N, or SC, SP, and of course A, O, U, I, and E. Now, why are those there? You can't actually soften those sounds. You'd be there for a very long time trying to make an L sound soft. For example, Laura, L. There's no way that you can soften it. With the vowels A, O, U, I, and E, they're already soft. I don't need to soften them even more. There's no harsh sound to be softened. Ah, ooh, everything there is soft. Moving on, an uru translates to an eclipse. So like when the moon hides the sun, An uru is hiding the sound. An uru is hiding the sound of the first letter in the word. So my urus are M, G, D, B, and BH. Okay. Like the Séimhiú, there are many reasons to use a superpower uru, which will be covered in another video. One reason is for the numbers 7 to 10. So I've used the number 9 for these examples. The uru M belongs to the letter B. So when I have 9 shoes, I have ní mróg. I can't hear that B at all. Listen to it again. Ní mróg. It's just like that B doesn't exist. Ní mróg. If you look at all of the urus, they're actually very similar to their belonging letters. So M belongs to B. If you make an M sound and a B sound together, they're very similar. B, b. They kind of flow into each other. Same with G and C. G, 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 k, k, k. G, 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 k, k, k. See, they're very similar. D, d. See the way they're all similar? That's done for a reason. These are the only letters that take an uru. So I'll go through the pronunciation now. So we've ní mróg, 9 shoes. Ní gat, 9 cats. Ní nuris. Again, it's like that D isn't even there. Why? Because the N is hiding that D. Ní nuris, 9 doors. Ní jock, 9 houses. Ní nardín, 9 guardians. Ní beann, 9 pens. Ní bhuinneog, 9 windows. Again, don't be fooled by that F. It doesn't exist. Ní bhuinneog. You might see or remember from school an N fleiscín or an N dash in front of vowels. This is not actually called an uru, as it's not hiding any sound, but it's kind of like a little brother. It kind of copycats and rides alongside the urus. So 9 apples would be ní nul. So while it's not an uru, it usually comes in where the rules of an uru would go. Finally, the last superpower we don't have in English is the accent or fada. Fada literally translates to long, and that is exactly what happens to the sound. It becomes longer. So, for example, caca versus caca. Caca versus caca. Now you'd want to be very careful there, because caca means poop and caca means cake, so be very careful which one you order. Sullus and solas. See how they're longer? Sullus and solas. Sullus is light and solas is comfort or solace. Cur and cuar. Cur and cuar. That U has just become longer. Cur, cuar. Cur is a form of the verb to push, and cuar is foam. So you could have cur farraga, the sea foam. Far and fair. So that E fada usually makes an A sound. So cur, far agus fair. Man and fair is grass. Far is a man, fair is grass. Don't get confused with the EA. EA in English sounds like fear, but Oscuelga it usually just makes an A sound, so far. Lastly, we've got shin and sheen. Shin and sheen. Shin means that, and sheen is to stretch. So there's the 5 vowels and their accents. Pause this video now and try and match the correct uru to the correct letter. So where does M go? Is it going to go on prati? Where does G go? Is it going to go on bala? So M goes to bala, so mala. So if I had to have an uru on the word bala, it would be an M, because mb flows into each other. Prati with a P is matched to B, brati. If I needed to have an uru on the word prati, it would be a B. Fiol. If I needed to have an uru on the word fiol, it would be BH, so it's viol. And lastly, cota is getting the uru G, gota, because they're very similar to each other, if it needed an uru. Okay, lastly we're going to have a look at the 2 vowel categories. Now you might have heard this from school, Latin Latin and Quail Quail. What the hell was Latin and what the hell is Quail? Latin means broad and Quail means slender. So I've got fat vowels and I've got skinny vowels, as I like to call them. Even if you look at the vowels themselves, A, U and O are quite thick and I and E are quite slender. In Irish we have this rule, it's kind of like a seesaw. that the Latin vowels must go on both sides of a consonant. So we see here in the name Séimhiú, I've got S-E father, A-M-U-S. I couldn't have an I or an E at the second part of mus because it wouldn't sound right. This is a rule, I believe, from what I've learned, that the monks made up when they were creating Irish. I don't know why. I suppose when you're saying a Latin vowel, your mouth is open wider, and when you're saying a quail vowel, your mouth is slightly closed. So maybe it'd be hard to say a wide vowel and then a slender vowel at the same time. That's my opinion, that's my guess at it. So we've got Séimhiú, Siobhan, Fiachra, Shauna and Ronan. Those are all really common Irish names. In terms of just normal words, I've got the word Donna, which means bold, Duchtor, which is a doctor, Ganzi, which is a jumper, Buchel, which is a boy, and Turris, which is a tour or a trip. Over my quail side then, I've got Aoife, and you can see the I and the E are on each side. I couldn't end Aoife with an A, O or U because the I is the last letter before the F. Sinead, Deirdre, Roisin and Saoirse. Deirdre is a great one to look at because I've got D-E-I and then I've got 3 consonants in the middle, but it does not matter. Once I have a consonant in between 2 vowels, I need to make sure that they're in the same category. So D-E-I or D or E. Roisin and Saoirse, I've said already. In terms of just normal words, Cinalta means kind, Múntóir is a teacher, Tinna is a fire, Colleen is a girl, and Fuinneog is a window. These are the most commonly misspelled Irish words, and I'm going to tell you how to fix them now. Here's a little listening game, okay? I have these words covered. When you hear them, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you hear a long vowel sound and a thumbs down if you don't. So this is going back just to the vowels. So let's begin now. Madra. Madra. Well done. Chiap. Chiap. Well done. Fog. Fog. Well done. Boher. Boher. Ionach. Colleen. Colleen. Well done. And last but not least, Tullig. Tullig. Excellent, Mahu. Okay. Mátá ceistena curragí iad. If you have questions, please post them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, and if you want another video like this or going into more detail, please let me know. Gur míle maith agaibh cairde agus feicimid sibh sa céad ceann eile. Slán.